Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the cell. Now, this is a new series, and we will be going for understanding a biological cell basically. So, this is important here to mention biological cell, right? Because cell itself is of different kinds. In physics, you've got a physical cell, and in chemistry, you've got a chemical cell, and the electrolytic cell, and all these. In the same case, the cell is in biology, which is, uh, you know, for suppose this is cell. Now, what is cell? Cell is the basic structural and the functional unit of a system, right? So when you're making a cell or electrolytic cell, a battery, so that is composed of its functional units which coordinate and work to perform and reject and give you energy. So that is chemical cell or the electrolytic cell. In the same case, in the human beings or the organisms or the living organisms are made up of similar, or say that I'm not going to say similar, but the human beings or organisms are composed of coordination of cells, uh, because uh, the coordination of cell would lead to the formation of an organism, right? So these organisms are, we can say passively that the organisms are composed of cells. The organisms are composed of the basic structural and the functional unit of life that are called as biological cell, right? So here are some images in front of you which can show you what cells do look like. Now there is a huge variety as in organisms present on the earth. So like that, we've got a variety of cells as well. First of all, we've got cells which are classified on the basis of prokaryotes or either eukaryotes. Now, these are both major classifications of cell. Now, we are discuss this in our upcoming videos. While currently we are looking into the overview of the cell today. Remember this, that the cell is a general term, and even though in a single organism the cell composition may differ, don't think that all the cells are the same, because if you've got what we say in humans, for suppose you've got brain, so you will have neurons, and they will have different structures as compared to the one which are of kidney, the nephrons cells. So of course, uh, cell structures do matter depending on their function. Even though the basic structure we can say that that is same, because say in these diagrams the basic structure is same. So see there's nucleus and there's a wall protection. There's a variety of you say organelles present in this cell. Now what are organelles, we can discuss this up again, but right now say that these are subcellular components, or you can say uh, the the parts of the cell which make a cell function are termed as organelles, right? Here different cells are there. We've got some cells with kind of a huge nucleus, and some with small nucleus, some with absence of organelles, some with presence, and all that. There is a variety, right? And let's move for today's topic, main topic, that is the cell wall. So yeah, cell wall again may differ from organism to organism. Uh, so yes, let's begin. The main function of the cell wall, let's look into, like of the, the term indicates that this is the wall of the cell. This is the wall of the cell. So of course this is providing support and the protection to the cell, and this is made from fibers of carbohydrate and proteins. This is the general composition, while the cell wall composition may differ from organism to organism as well, which we are probably going to discuss in today's or upcoming videos. Plant cells are composed of mostly cellulose. Now here we have said that the plant's cell walls are composed of cellulose mostly, a tough carbohydrate fiber. Now remember that uh, animal cell do not have animal cell do not have cell wall. They do have a outermost protection, the plasma membrane or the cell membrane, which is our next topic. While in the plants, in certain other cells, you've got extra protection outside the plasma membrane that is termed as a cell wall. Okay, present in many organisms, of course, not in all. including plants, algae, fungi, and many prokaryotes. Right here is the list of species in which it is present. Now, this is the structure of cell wall. Uh, First of all, let me tell you that the cell wall furthermore consists of three major parts: the primary cell wall, the secondary cell wall, the middle lamella, right? Middle lamella or the middle cell wall. Middle lamella is here, and till here we've got the cell membrane and downward part. We've got plasma membrane. In this plasma membrane is the outermost membrane for the wall in the animal cell. While it has got a composition of some proteins and some carbohydrate fibers, like you can see that microfibrils are there, and hemicellulose. This is also kind of a you say the carbohydrate fiber, right? Okay, yes. Now here you can see a plant cell, and this plant cell, you can see that this provides support energy to the cell. Yes, this is common thing, but what I am trying to make you notice is like, see that observe the cell wall. As a medical student, observe how it looks, and it's of course just make a sense like this is providing protection and all that stuff. And furthermore, uh, cell wall itself is of different types depending on organism to organisms. Bacteria Bacteria is furthermore divided into gram-negative bacteria and the gram-positive bacteria. Now, where comes the difference between the both bacteria? The difference comes in the case of cell wall. Both have got different compositions of cell wall. Here you can see that we have got one peptidoglycan layer, one we have cell membrane. But here you got a cell membrane, then you got some spaces, then outer membrane. Like in gram-negative, we have got extra layers, while other bacteria, mycobacteria, has got some other composition, while fungi has got other composition. So this vary from place to place, right? Now let me look for some important points regarding this topic, if I can find any. Uh, yes, of course, this is a non-living. Remember that the cell wall is non-living. Uh, this, this is rigid because this is non-living, and uh, right, this is important. And it is composed of different materials. In plants, it is composed of cellulose. In fungi, it is composed of chitin. All that. Absent in animals due to their locomotion mode. Right? This is absent in the animals. In the animals, it is absent. Absent in animals. It is porous, and if this is cell wall, it has got some pores. So this is the making possible of the transportation by diffusion and all that stuff in plants. Or suppose this is a leaf, so it has got cell wall. Cells have got cell wall, so they have having pores for the transfer of water and all that. So it is porous. And if you talk about the primary cell wall. So this is present on the inner side. Uh, or we must say that inner side of uh, middle lamellae, like if you're gonna see the position of this in the upper diagram is seen primary cell wall. Yes, it is after the cell membrane, and it is the innermost cell wall layer. You must say that. And uh, this is remember, this is very important MCQs. This primary cell wall is living, and it grows as well, living and growth as well. Generally, we are taking this cell wall as non-living, but this layer is termed to be called as living. And this is thin and flexible, and composed of different things depending on the organism. And if you talk about secondary cell wall, which would be present between the both secondary cell wall here. If you talk about this one, so this is only present in hard tissues. For suppose sclerenchyma. So secondary cell wall, like in this case, in this picture, you can see that this, the secondary wall is absent because this is not a sclerenchyma cell. There's some hard tissue cell in which the extra protection extra covering the cell, and that is the secondary cell wall. So that is thick and rigid, and while the primary was thin, this is thick, and what you say that this is dead and not adapted to growth. Now here the growth is absent, and this is non-living. And this is developed when the cell reaches the maximum size when it is mature. Like first priority is the primary cell wall. Then we look for middle lamella, but this secondary cell wall is extra, something extra. So we just look it after. While if you talk about the lamella base layer, middle layer, first formed cell plate. Now, what is cell plate? Like this is something which is helpful in certain processes and the living body processes. So we're gonna discuss more about cell plate in our upcoming videos. But do remember that this MCQs can come that cell plates are formed by which part of the cell wall. So you can say that middle lamella is the one which forms a cell plate, while uh, it works as a cementing layer, like the you say this is cementing layer, common layer between two cells. Now uh, for suppose over here you can see, okay, let's take these pictures, and yes, you can see this, these cells are taken as a marker, and see that these cells are all they are attached to the attached they are attached. Now this attachment is due to the cell plates, and these cell plates are formed by the middle lamella. And yes, this kind of information is enough for you guys. I do hope that you liked the videos. If you did like, to hit the like button. Meet you guys in the next video. Till that, goodbye.